the competitive edge for Cosmos, I think, is clear if you also understand the whole narrative around interoperability and the importance of it.
Yeah.
What are some of the most exciting hub upgrades that, or Cosmos hub upgrades that are coming up, or some other Cosmos related, I don't know, upgrades, implementation, or projects that you think are worth mentioning?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming to the hub. I mean, so there's some work ongoing on a EIP 1559 style fee market. So, that'll also create, stronger demand for atoms if they get, assuming this all gets adopted, but obviously everything gets voted on by governance and will need to be voted in. So that's something that's under the works, and sort of more advanced fee market and stuff. There's also the DEX has launched. There isn't the front end yet, but there should be soon. So that should, the DEX has some really nice, interesting technical features in there that sort of prevent front running and some of the extraction and provide fair prices and so on. There's also a really nice feature called interchain accounts that's coming. It's very, very powerful, that basically allows you to do transactions on any blockchain from the Cosmos hub. So without having to move your tokens over, and just being able to use like a single wallet on the Cosmos hub to control activity, on other chains in the interchain, with the sort of notion that you'll be able to do the maximum amount of stuff with the least amount of hops by having an account on the Cosmos hub and using interchain accounts to, do whatever you want on other chains. That's going to be a very powerful feature. And then there's also shared security, of course, or what we call in Cosmos land interchain staking. Which will allow, leveraging the atoms that are already staked on the Cosmos hub to secure additional chains. And so, from that perspective, we see, IBC is really a building block on top of which you can build more advanced protocols like sharding and shared security and so on. And that's really what we're trying to prove out now, right? So first we did this sort of, sovereign interoperable thing with a base IBC that's very generalizable and doesn't make any strong assumptions about shared security or anything like that. And then on top of that, we can build more advanced shared security protocols. And that's what we'll prove out with interchain staking and so on. So those are some of the most exciting short-term things that are coming. There's lots more planned in terms of optimization and performance and scalability, and being able to increase the 10x the size of the validators, and roll-ups and ZK roll-ups. And there's been a lot of talk about getting WASM support, smart contract support on the hub, and so on. So that's some of the things coming to the Cosmos hub. There's a bunch of other chains in the ecosystem that are launching that are going to bring new capabilities to Cosmos. So, there's the Ethermint chain, which will bring the EVM, with fast finality and so on to the Cosmos ecosystem. And then the Agoric chain, which is their own, highly developed, very secure smart contract platform. It's based on JavaScript, so it'll be more accessible to sort of the masses of programmers, but it's a secure version of JavaScript, so it doesn't come with all the sort of dependency chaos that existing JavaScript has. There's projects like the Regen Network and Althea and IXO that are a bit more focused on like a social impact use case. That's the stuff I'm really interested in, is actually, not just DeFi and speculation and casinos, but actually using this technology for real world important use cases to, solve really challenging global problems. And, so Regen working on regenerative agriculture, which is arguably one of the most important problems of our time, and Althea working on, the incentivized mesh nets and building cooperative ISPs essentially. And this is sort of the last mile of the decentralization narrative. We talk a lot about decentralization, but the elephant in the room is like the actual physical cables that connects us all. And that is very far from decentralized today. And so, having starting to actually be able to incentivize the development of mesh nets and other kinds of, internet connectivity, I think is going to be a big deal. And, IXO working on social impact bonds, and there are, other projects working on local currencies. That's the stuff I'm really passionate about, actually using cryptocurrencies, not so much necessarily as a store of value, which is maybe a controversial thing for people to hear, but more as actually a real medium of exchange, right? To enable, small businesses to trade with each other where they otherwise wouldn't have access to liquidity. They can't get loans from the bank or whatever, but there's all these, there's all these resources and there's all these unused resources, unmet needs, and people want to trade with each other and they just don't have a medium of exchange to do it. And so using this technology to enable them to do that is something I think that holds a lot of promise. And I would encourage more people in the cryptocurrency community to look into, to actually make this stuff real and to really help people.